We're coming at you live from my what? What? I'm Lynx. This is Brucifer. We're coming at you live from my living room. Yay! Today's video was actually supposed to be at Lime Rock, but I thought it was raining, and I thought it was going to rain, and it looks like really shitty outside, so I'm like, I'm not going to go in the rain. And now I'm home, and it hasn't rained for hours, and I feel kind of stupid. You know what I don't like? Racism. Like, I can't believe it even still exists. I mean, I thought they stopped making those models of people back in 1996 or something. So I have a couple of things I want to talk about in this video. Um, One is not so awesome. The other one is pretty cool. I kind of like the subject, so whatever. We'll just talk about it. And it is amazing the shit people will say when they think no one is listening. I had to tell this whack-ass bitch off yesterday. It was bullshit, though. I mean, I I don't know that I will ever understand where the hell these little throwbacks come from or how the hell it is they get to go where they... So anyhow, back to the whack-ass bitch, right? Minding my own business. La 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 la. All of a sudden I hear out the side of my periphery, like, oh my god, I'm gonna get raped by some big black guy. He's going to take me, bend me over, plow me with his huge mandingo cock, and fucking just make me take it like a whore. Like a whore, I'm just gonna take it. Wait, why was this so bad? I hear, wow, there are so many black people here. We do not need a shooting at the school. Yep, that's what the bitch said. So I'm like, what? What the fuck? The fuck? Did that bitch just say? The fuck? Oh hell. Nuh-uh, no. And then motherfucker, ooh, motherfucker, and then, right? Then she goes on to say, they're probably all here because they're on some kind of sports scholarship. All they can do is play sports any fucking way. Yep. That's what the bitch said. Okay, alright, you know what? I'm gonna have to get close. I'm gonna have to get close now. Yeah. I want to make sure that you hear this. Part of this shit is y'all fault that we so goddamn physically superior. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is, as a people, we have been treated like cattle. We've been treated like livestock. What do you do with livestock? You breed livestock. So what do? You get the biggest bull with the biggest heifer, you put them two together, and you hope to have big offspring, big, strong, strapping offspring. But of course you wouldn't know it these days with all of us eating all this horrible crap like McDonald's and fucking everything else. Realize your genetic potential maybe. But Lynx, what about, the fact that Africans was the one that sold y'all into slavery anyway? Yes, they did. But they only sold a fraction of how many were actually stolen. They provided about 4% of the 13 million slaves that were brought here. How the hell you think they got the rest of them? They stole them. Why did they steal them? Because the Africans weren't selling anybody except for the ones that they deemed were unworthy. They were thin, they were sick, they weren't that great. And that's not what they needed for the work that they needed to do over here in the country. They needed someone strong, big. They wanted the big ones, the ones that were not being sold. So they went back to Africa and stole their asses. So yes, they brought them all here, bred them like they were cattle, because guess what? We're humans, but we're still animals. Breeding works the way breeding works. It's the same principle. The very same principle. So what are you left with? Well, the ones that were sickly normally didn't live through any of the slavery years. They just weren't strong enough to. The ones who were smart enough to learn how to read, yeah, something you're not supposed to be able to do, and how to write, and smart but not quite smart enough to know to keep that shit under wraps, they were gone too. So what were you left with? You were left with the big dumb ones, and then you were left with the big smart ones, the smart ones who knew how to play dumb. So what do you get today in today's world now that we're all free? Because you have to realize we're only a few few generations out. You're not going to outbreed all of this within a few generations. It's not going to happen. So what are you left with? You're left with a bunch of big-ass transformer-built motherfuckers with brains. Not saying all of us know how to use our damn brains. But that goes for every person. Because apparently I'm sitting here talking about somebody stupid, and I'm talking about a goddamn subject that we don't even need to be talking about anymore. But she's a fucking idiot, and she got me all pissed off, so I need to say something about it. Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, why not even do your research on the matter and just look at it objectively and say, yeah, there are a lot of black people here and they must have all done the exact same thing I did, if not better, in order for them to get here. And I'm not saying the girl's race, because this isn't about a race of people being stupid. This is about human people being stupid. Her race doesn't really matter. But what does matter is that she's walking around here spewing this stupid, hateful shit that she no doubt got from her little throwback-ass, backwater-ass parents, who had no doubt got it from their whack-ass, backwater-ass, throwback-ass, Cro-Magnon-looking motherfucking parents before them, and so on and so forth. That's just the way it goes, especially in those little, small communities where people know each other, and if you're an outsider, you're not welcome. So, yeah, racism, dumb. I don't understand why it's still here. What I do understand is the hilarity of racism. That's a completely different thing altogether. What do you mean, the hilarity of racism? Racism isn't funny. Actually, racism is very funny. I play with it all the time. I find stereotypes to be just a ball of amazing awesomeness. I do. Because stereotypes are just fucking funny to me. A lot of times they're funny because people believe it. A lot of times I think it's funny because of the reaction it gets from people. But how many of us don't have big noses, right? How many of us don't have big dicks? Wait, no, that's a bad one because I know quite a few of us that do. Lay off the racist bullshit. I mean, granted, we don't need to be so sensitive these days. So, I mean, I take shit within context. I really do. Like, if a white kid's walking down the street and he's got some headphones on and I can tell that he's rapping along with it and the word nigga slip out of his goddamn mouth, if it slips out of his mouth while he's rapping along to a song, I'm not going to deliver a fucking beat down. I'm not going to give him a falcon punch in the kidneys. You know what I mean? But if he was to come up to me and be like, yo, use a faggot ass nigga, I'm gonna whoop his ass. That's just the way it goes. So, on the happier shit, I am going to do, or at least attempt to do, one video every day about something, anything, who knows. But starting Monday, October 1st, I'm going to be doing one video every day. I was inspired by, other bloggers like Hankster Chen that participate in doing, a blog a day kind of thing. I'm not going to call it VBAD like he does, but I'm going to come up with something to call it. I don't know what. But be on the lookout for that. There's going to be one new video every day. I hope I can do it. It's my favorite month of the year because Halloween is in it. And you have a whole month. Halloween's at the end of the month. And all month long, you've got parties, costumes, kids, candy. Now, I don't really like kids, but Halloween's like the only time of the year where I love children. Speaking about bloggers, I have a list of my favorite bloggers, and I'm thinking that maybe every once in a while, especially when I can get new content in before or while I'm doing the video, I can just talk about what my favorite bloggers are talking about. I'm actually a big-time YouTube whore. One of my first favorites is Kid Fury. I love this guy. You gotta watch him for yourself. He's really good. He's on Twitter at Kid Fury. You'll find him here on YouTube as Kid Fury or Fury TV, I think is what it's called. You'll find him there. Basically, this week what he did was a Q&A. So he walked through and he kind of answered his a couple of questions from a couple million that he got. And of course he did it with hilarity. Of course he did it with honesty. Of course he did it while keeping that shit real. And if anybody was gonna be, someone that I listen to say this shit and enjoy listening to him say this shit, I mean, the fuckery that comes out of his mouth is pure gold. So You guys should check him out. He's got quite a few videos up. He just did his 100th video not too long ago. I mean, it was long enough ago, but not too long ago. And that's what Kid Fury was up to this week. This is a commentary. This is a commentary is a college student who is goes by the name of Trey Marvin. Hilarious. Like, he does skits mostly. Like, that's most of his thing. That's most of his shtick. They're all skits. And he does them with the comedic timing sometimes is just perfect, like spot on. He does one that is on the black and white stereotypes of moms, in which he's not favoring either one. A lot of people are ignorant and take that shit to the head and don't seem to understand what he's saying. But he gives the exact same statement, just said two different ways, in a way that's stereotypical. Now, stereotypes can be quite hilarious when you play with them right, and he does. He plays with them very right. But his newest YouTube video was actually a spoken word piece that is kind of inspirational. It wants you to, as an African American person, male or female, to kind of just stop and look at what your life really is right now. If your life is going good, how can you make it better? If your life sucks, how can you just stop the madness and make it move on? And it was actually really good spoken word. And it was something that I didn't expect, because I've watched quite a few of his videos, and I don't recall any spoken word in it, unless I just haven't gotten to those ones yet. It'll take days to go through everything he's got. But yeah, he's fantastic. I love him. So check him out. It's called This Is a Commentary. Absolutely fantastic. And then we have Davey Wavy. I love Davey Wavy. I do. I love him. He is such a tiny little ball of muscle twink cuteness. I mean, don't worry, he's not my type that way. I'm a bear, and I like bears. I just think he's absolutely adorable, and he is a pervert. Love it. His last video is actually talking about a trip to the bathhouse. Barely rated R. He doesn't even curse. But yeah, so he talks about him and his buddy who actually took a trip to the bathhouse, and it was kind of awkward for his buddy because his buddy lived and shopped and everything else in the area that the bathhouse is in. So it's kind of like, oh my God, I'm going to a bathhouse and I'm going to see someone that I know. I think he ended up seeing someone that he knows. And of course, Davey was just having a good time with it. But Davey Wavy, absolutely hilarious. He has a couple of different channels. There's Davey Wavy. There's Davey Wavy Raw. You can always follow him on Twitter at Davey Wavy. He's on Instagram, I think, also as Davey Wavy. So check him out. He's also really, really great. But yeah, this is just another one that I really like. So yeah, blog on and all that other stuff. Who knows what my daily one is going to be? Hopefully it'll be somewhere as good as the rest of these guys, because they're all fantastic. I look stoned. And then we have Hank Chen. He's at Hankster Chen. You can find him on YouTube as Hankster Chen. You can find him on Twitter at Hankster Chen. I think he's also Hankster Chen on Facebook, or he's Hank Chen on Facebook. But anyway, if you just Google Hankster Chen, you will find him. He's an Asian American fellow in New York, which I just love because I used to live in New York, and I just kind of like looking and seeing and remembering what that was like. I kind of miss it. God, Boston is so slow. But yeah, this is where my inspiration for the video every day is going to be coming from. I sat back and I actually watched every single video that he did for 30 days straight. He does them a couple times a year, it looks like, which, yeah, I enjoy. And he's definitely one of the first ones that I subscribed to, because it was a very editorial kind of thing, where he's interviewing people, he's doing a lot of collaborations, he's tackling a lot of issues such as, being a young person with HIV, stuff like that. Like, not that he's a young person with HIV, he interviews someone who is. But he just kind of goes through that way, and he's very entertaining. I like watching him. I don't know what it is about him that kind of grabs me, but something does. So check him out. That's Hankster Chen at YouTube. And then there's Friday Night Fur. Do I really have to explain why I watch this one? So basically, it's two bears that kind of review tech shit. I I do tech shit, and I'm a bear, and I like looking at furry guys. So it's quite the show for me to watch. They did, stuff a gay bear says and whatever. Those videos actually pretty funny. I enjoyed it. Some of their videos, as almost anything with the bear involved, have nudity in it, but not like frontal or anything. Not even really. Well, now there's that hot shot of his ass. I'll take that. Where was I? Oh, hi, hi. Okay, want to make sure you guys can see that. And then there's Miles J Productions. I love watching Miles J. He is absolutely one of the most unique individuals I have gotten to watch on YouTube. I see a lot of people who try and pretend that they're different or something. No, this guy is the real deal. He is a very androgynous kind of fellow who just does crazy funny skits, along with a lot of questions and answer type stuff, which I enjoy. I mean, questions and answers, you got to get to know someone outside of the character that they're playing. And this week, that's what he did. The latest video from Miles J was all Q&A. It was Miles J Q&A number 19. So check him out. You can find him on Twitter at Miles J. Miles J at Miles J Productions. You'll find him also on YouTube as Miles J Productions. And don't forget to like my YouTube channel. You can like me on Twitter at Lynx, or you can like me here on YouTube at Brutal Lynx. You can also find my website at brutallynx.com. Have a good time. Send me questions. I love them. I'll be doing Q&A videos. And if you send me a question that just kind of burns in my shit, maybe that'll be one of the videos that I'm doing during this video every day. Hopefully, we'll get to see what that was. But yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to talk about racist assholes being racist, and I'm kind of over it. And if you have anything to say racist to me, I don't give a fuck. You're an idiot. What do I care? You have no real influence on my life with the exception that you're allowed to vote. Today's bear shirt. Game Warden from... That's right. Which side is it? It's this side. You guessed it. Bare Bones Clothing. Once again, another Bare Bones. Yes, those are all of my tattoos and stuff like that. No, I don't worship the devil, but shut up. But yeah, enjoy. Go check the guys out. You'll find the link down at the bottom somewhere. It should be somewhere over here or over there or somewhere. You'll find the link. But go on ahead. Check them out. Buy their shirts. Enjoy their shit. Yeah, so wish me luck on their video every single day. See you guys on Monday.